Multiple sources report a potential lightweight title fight between Islam Makhachev and Ilia Topuria on June 28 at UFC 317 in Las Vegas. Topuria recently teased upcoming news, while his brother, Alexander, alluded to the matchup when questioned. When asked about the fight,
I don't know. Probably.
New updates reveal that Islam Makhachev and Khamzat are set to fight on the same night during June's International Fight Week in Las Vegas. Razul Shamsudinov, a manager and coach close to Chimev's team, shared on social media that Makhachev's likely opponent is Ilia Topuria. While not yet official, an announcement is expected soon, further building anticipation for the stacked event.
Non, faut trouver les bonnes dates. Topuria, Makhachev, l'équipe. Il y a Makhachev, Topuria vont combattre les mêmes soirées que Khamzat. Comme ça, en juin. Soyez prêts. Les deux combats auront lieu le même soir pour les ceintures. Ça va être la plus grosse soirée de l'année de l'UFC. Khamzat contre le champion, frère. Des plessus là, je sais pas comment on s'appelle lui. Comme j'aime pas son blaze en plus. Bon allez, comment ça va. Ça n'a pas été annoncé, mais ça a été dit par moi. Mais bientôt, ça va sortir, t'inquiète. Deux plessus. Ouais, on va aller comme ça. Bon, Topuria et Topuria, les deux, je pense qu'ils vont gagner. En tout cas, je vois Topuria 60% gagner contre Islam. Ouais, j'ai lâché un sacré info, frérot. Franchement, j'ai lâché sacré info.
Many fans are unhappy about Ilia Topuria potentially bypassing top contenders for an immediate title shot. However, if the UFC moves forward, fan complaints are unlikely to sway Dana White. Islam Makhachev would likely accept the fight if offered, setting the stage for one of the biggest matchups in UFC history. Meanwhile, the middleweight title fight between Dricus du Plessis and Khamzat remains unconfirmed, leaving fans eagerly awaiting updates. Adding to the buzz, Daniel Cormier recently shared his wish list for future lightweight fights. As passionate MMA fans, we can only anticipate the thrilling matchups and announcements ahead in the ever-evolving world of the sport.
Here's what I would suggest, and I'm not a matchmaker. Topuria versus Islam Makhachev. Yes, book it. Gaethje versus Sarukian. Book it. Whoever wins fights Makhachev. That's it right there. That's it. Topuria gets the shot. Sarukian, Gaethje, winner gets the title fight. We're back in line at 155. Oliveira, go down to New Orleans. Fight Dustin Poirier. If you win again, you're next after that guy. There it is. That's it. Oliveira fits the bill. Oliveira's a former champion, a big name. He could be the type of guy Poirier would want to fight in his retirement.
Magomed Ankalev's coach, Zurab Magomedov, recently explained why his fighter struggled to take down and control Alex Pereira during their title fight, spending most of the match on their feet. According to the Dagestani coach, Pereira was allegedly smeared with a foreign substance. Magomedov claimed that Pereira had some kind of ointment on his body and even noticed something sticky in his hair. The plan was to go for takedowns in the first round, clinch him, and control him against the cage, Magomedov said. But when Magomed pressed him against the fence in our corner, it seemed like Pereira was covered in something. If my experience is right, I think that's what happened. Ankalaev later claimed he smelled the ointment and felt a sticky substance in Pereira's hair. Magomedov also referenced long-standing rumors about Brazilian fighters using such tactics, specifically pointing to Pereira's coach, who is allegedly known for these methods. However, skeptics argue that given the rigorous pre-fight inspections fighters undergo, it seems unlikely that something like this would go unnoticed. The controversy has added another layer of intrigue to the bout, leaving fans and analysts debating the validity of the accusations. Meanwhile, Pereira's loss to Ankalaev has significantly impacted Jon Jones' plans. Nearly a week after the fight, the UFC heavyweight champion expressed his disappointment on Pereira's live broadcast, commenting, "Disappointed. I wanted to share the octagon with you so much." Jones had seemingly been eyeing a super fight with Pereira as an alternative to a unification bout with interim heavyweight champion Tom Aspinall. Now, with Pereira out of the picture, Jones faces a critical decision: fight Aspinall or vacate the title.
And this is me rating the following fighters out of 10.
Yuri Prohaska,
8.5.
Alex Volkanovski,
9.
Michael Chandler,
7.
Alex Pereira,
9.
Dricus Duplessis,
9.5. Because he makes that unorthodox style work for him, and none of his opponents have any idea how to deal with it. He's a super smart fighter.
Sean Strickland,
8.5.
Cyril Gane,
8.
Alexander Volkov,
8.5.
Jamal Hill,
8.5.
finally John Jones.
9.5. Nobody can be the perfect fighter, but he's close to it. He's definitely.
Everything is now done on John's side, and the UFC now have to find a date and a venue, a place, location. So we're waiting for that. We've got some good news coming soon, hopefully. John, there's only one thing to do, mate. Sign the contract and let's get a date going. And I know.
Hey, John Jones is scared to fight me.
You know what tonight told me? There's no way I make the Pereira fight.
Okay.
John's too big. Great wrestler. See how he took Stipe down in that first round? I like Alex Pereira. I like him personally.
But he's the greatest of all time, right?
It just doesn't make sense to make that fight. If they both want it bad enough and they're both fucking hounding me or something, maybe I would do it. It's just Alex Pereira is killing it. Look at his age and what he's doing right now. What's the reason to go up and fight a guy that's so much bigger than you and such a
Tom released that video blog a few days ago on the train where he was saying like John's side is holding up the fight. What is he referring to there?
Well, I think that listen, John Jones definitely wants to fight. Just when and where is what we're working on now.
Do you feel confidence? I think you said John
I'm very
in
confident
summer on first
that
take.
that fight happens. Yeah.
Summer.
Yeah.
And you were talking about Tom and John. Tom released that video blog a few days ago on the train where he was saying like John's side is holding up the fight. What is he referring to there?
Well, I think that listen, John Jones definitely wants to fight. Just when and where is what we're working on now.
Do you feel confidence? I think you said John
I'm very
in
confident
summer on first
that
take.
fight happens. Yeah.
Summer.
Yeah.
He keeps saying he doesn't want Aspinall.
Aspinall need that fight. I don't need it. When you look at it, pretty much true. There's nothing that he's going to make winning that fight if it's not money. But for Aspinall, that will be everything.
Would you rather see him face Aspinall or would you rather see him face Pereira?
Aspinall will be a more challenging fight because Aspinall respond to a ground game better than Pereira. Aspinall will respond better in wrestling than Pereira. You can do it.
That cool dudes. Love these guys as well. But he's the same height as me, if not an inch taller, but thick.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, you're a lot thicker than I would expect. And the speed.
Yeah,
That's the thing that I'm like, okay, that's the danger. But again, grappling, he's a black belt. John is it's different. Yeah. But I don't know, man. They gotta fight.
If you're willing to pay me, just pay me. If not, God bless you.
What do you think the UFC has to do with Tom Aspinall now?
I don't know. I mean, Tom's good champion, good great champion and stuff. And I want John Jones.
I think you would be the first one to beat him.
You're damn right will be.
I just feel like based off the way he fights, his whole style with putting his fingers in your eye, kicking your knee back and keeping you away from him. He keeps you at his length where he wants.
Yeah.
And you're a taller guy. You got longer arms than most people he fights and stuff like that. So I don't think he can do all that to you.
Do you know
what? No, he's not scared of anybody. He's the greatest ever. No, he's the greatest ever. I'm talking about does he want to do it? Because we know he can beat anybody. Does he want to do it?
He does want it.
Right. When do you think we would potentially see him back?
This summer.
Okay.
I don't want to fight dangerous up-and-comers anymore. I want to fight dangerous, established champions. So Tom can have the heavyweight championship. I don't really care about it. That my value doesn't lie in belts anymore. I've created something much bigger.
John Jones is the fight. You have him fight the greatest of all time. You pay John Jones what he's worth. You do Alex versus John Jones. It's actually the only fight to make. John Jones versus Alex has to be next. That's ridiculous. And Clive's won 10 in a row. I get all that. I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I'm a purist myself. I'm talking about straight business. Vince McMahon, WWE style, how are we going to make money? It's the winner of John Jones, Stipe, or bust. Everything else, we can't. It kind of fucks up everything, dude.
I'm the best heavyweight in the world. Prove me wrong, John. If you think you are, prove me wrong. Simple, nothing personal. I ain't hating on nobody. I'm the best heavyweight in the world. If you think you are, let's settle it. Simple as that.
Stipe wins the fight or John Jones wins the fight, the way that both of those guys are wired, I think they fight Aspinall. So we'll see.
As far as retirement, the idea for me is to go out there and beat Stipe. You know, how rude of us is it to just be completely looking past Stipe already? So the main goal is to get past Stipe. And if I can do it in a really dominant, devastating fashion, then the desire in my heart would be like, okay, now it's Alex Pereira. And if the UFC doesn't want that to happen, because ultimately it's the boss's decision, then it won't happen. And I'll just move on with my life. But that's one of the ways I look at it is, would you guys rather lose me or get one more super fight? And the only super fight that makes sense to me, not to everyone else, but to me and my team, is Alex Pereira.
Whether or not you would fight Tom Aspinall, whether you retire after this fight. I know we'd all love to see you keep going. How do you feel right now?
You know what? While I got the moment, while everybody's cheering and so happy, I want to acknowledge Jesus Christ. And I know that there's millions of people around the world watching right now. And I just want to let you guys know that Jesus loves you so much. That's all I'll say about that. And as far as my future in the octagon, I decided that maybe I will not retire, and that I have some conversations to have with Dana and Hunter, and we have some negotiating to do. And if everything goes right, maybe we'll give you guys what you want to see. I'm proud to be a great American champion. I'm proud to be a Christian American champion.
Aspinall and Curtis Blades fights the winner of John Jones, Stipe Miocic.
Absolutely.
You're calling out John Jones.
Yeah.
Right? That's the boogeyman. Like, John Jones is the fucking boogeyman. When he fought Gustafsson, he had almost no training camp. They said he barely showed up. Talked to Jackson about it, and Greg Jackson was always like, he didn't even train for that fight. He pulled that fight off in the 4th and 5th rounds. That's when he really turned it up. So you're talking about a guy who hasn't even been training. And then you saw the real John Jones in the second fight. That's motivating.
I defended interim title. Yeah. Helen Brown defended it twice. If a situation arose, would you be prepared to defend that title again?
No, I ain't defending it again. I'm in a tough spot because John Jones is going to come back in a few months. So the Undisputed is going to be active. If the Undisputed is active, I should be fighting for the Undisputed next, and I won't move on that.
Obviously, you called out John Jones in the cage after the fight. Very respectful. Have you seen his message and response?
Yeah, I've seen it. John Jones still needs to sign on a dotted line saying he's going to fight me. He can say whatever he wants. Saying stuff and doing stuff is completely different. So if you're watching, John, you're invited. Turn up, because I'll be there. If you sign up, I'll be there.
Well, you also talk about like the activity you wanted to fight. Name that's been mentioned is Alex Pereira.
Yeah.
Is that fight you actually think that could happen?
If it's for the Undisputed title, yeah, I'll fight anybody. Fight anybody for the Undisputed title. That's what I deserve. I deserve to fight for the Undisputed title next. So that's going to be our next move for sure.
If John Jones had the chance of